All right, guys, welcome back. So we've got some really big news. A lot of you guys might have already seen, but if you haven't heard, Emma is for sale.
So this is a real-time update. We felt that we owed everyone a bit of an explanation, and the best explanation that we can give at the time. So
So we've had a really amazing opportunity come up. And so after quite a bit of consideration, we've decided to explore that option. And the first step to do that is to put Emma up for sale. So this decision is only less than a week old.
Yeah, I've had a lot of mates call me up and go, dude, why didn't you tell me you were thinking of selling your boat? And I said, well, because I didn't know I was thinking of selling my boat. So we have the Indonesian visas. We have customs approval apart from the final inspection. We are set up. We are ready to go. We even have some Indonesian money all ready to go with a whole passage plan of where we're going, what we're going to see. It is all organised.
Border Force has just recently emailed us in the past day asking us what we would like to do to schedule our final inspection. And then that's the final inspection, and then we're off. They leave, they watch you leave the dock, and they watch you leave the country. So how do we get here? We've been coming up the east coast of Australia. We've gone across the Gulf of Carpentaria, and our original plan is to come to Darwin, spend 2 weeks in Darwin doing the last reprovisioning, getting ready for Indo, do the border inspection, and then head to Indonesia. And
if anyone's ever met me, you'll know that Sam is the man who loves to have a plan. And I like to be proactive and have everything organised and have everything planned out, and you know what you're doing. And right now, we're living a very reactive life. Life has given us some amazing opportunities. These opportunities are ones that we want to sing from the rooftops, but unfortunately, we cannot give specific details right now. And the reason we can't give specific details is everything isn't finalised. So we're still in the process of doing what we're doing. As soon as we can tell you, by all means, I want to tell everyone. I'm very excited. It's an amazing opportunity, and it really is. Going around the world is once in a lifetime, so it had to be pretty big to put that on hold for a little bit, and it is huge, guys. So hopefully it all works out.
So we're really sorry, but nothing is concrete. Nothing's finalized at this moment. But
we're going full steam ahead towards it, and one of them is selling my baby Emma. So we're going full blast to hopefully make this happen.
So yes, Emma is unfortunately Emma is for sale. So if you are interested in an aluminium blue water going, already set up to go overseas catamaran, Emma is for sale.
And one thing, if you've been watching our videos, we have been setting it up for us to go. So it's not sort of a paint and profit thing where it's just been prettied up, ready to sell. All the work we did was for us and for what we wanted to do with it. So if you have similar plans, then you can see that we've put specific things in place. We've chosen a sturdy catamaran with great fluids, with a lot of fuel. And I know we're sailing, we're not meant to use fuel, but everyone knows that it's nice to have it there, especially when you're doing an equator run. And some places are complicated to fuel up and you don't need to. And it's also fast because no one likes to do long passages. We bought this boat for a specific task. And if we're not going to do the task, then unfortunately, just like with tenders, we don't need the boat as much, which was a very hard decision to come to. Very, very hard. And if this opportunity wasn't so amazing, we wouldn't be doing it. And even now, nothing is finalized.
And I trust Emma, which is something I think really big to say. Like when we're looking at boats, we're putting our family on here, we're putting Charlie on here, and we've been through some weathers and all sorts of seas in her, and Emma is a very trustworthy, I would have my 4-year-old daughter on here. So she's a very trustworthy blue water going catamaran. But one of the bigger things that we've been asked is what's going to happen to YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
We're still doing YouTube.
We're not leaving the cruising community.
Yeah.
So we are just changing gears and pivoting slightly with an opportunity if this opportunity actually comes off. But we will still be involved with boats. We will still be doing YouTube, and we'll still be part of the cruising communities if you guys will have us. Yeah, that won't be changing at all.
But part of this video is also Q&As. A lot of common questions that we get, a lot of people sent in questions, and so we're going to be answering questions and going through that as well.
Yeah, so these ones we can give you the answers for, which is really, really good. We're really sorry that we can't explain better the first one, and as soon as we can, I genuinely want to tell the world it hasn't happened yet. And so we don't want to jinx it, and we really, really, really want it to happen. And then, yeah, we will 100% let everyone know exactly what it is and what was so big that has made this such a big life change for us. And like I said, it had to be a big opportunity to change our plans.
Yes.
And it really is.
So the two biggest questions: are we leaving the cruising community? No. Are we leaving YouTube? No.
No.
So, but also this next section, if we don't answer your questions, feel free to drop it below in the comments and we will answer it. But let's get started on the questions.
All right.
So, first one, are we using Navionics? A boat question.
So we do use Navionics, but we use a lot of different things. So we use OpenCPN, we use a thing called Zulu Waterways, we use
Open Maps, Offline Maps it's called.
Offline Maps, and the other one that shows us where all the boats are.
We use No Foreign Land.
No Foreign Land as well. And Kate's on the Sea People app.
Yeah.
So she uses the Sea People app. I haven't taken that one on yet. I'm a creature of habit, ran with the plan. And I've been using the other one since the beginning, and they're what I keep using. And Google Maps as well. A lot of different Google Maps.
Yeah. So the No Foreign Land app and the Sea People app are like social, so you can see where your friends are, you can see other boats, you can see other families, other kids and everything, which is awesome.
So if I'm going into a reef or somewhere where I haven't been before, I'll actually have a tablet, a phone, and my B&G display, all of them up, and I'm comparing all the data, and they've all got individual GPSs in them, and that way I'm referencing one bit of equipment with another bit of equipment, just so everything confirms exactly where we are, and I feel most comfortable doing it that way personally.
Yeah. Next question. How are we finding the Dyneema rigging? Has it stretched much, or did we get it out in the pre-stretch?
So we learned a bit when we were doing the pre-stretch. We had it on a 16-ton winch, and what we found was it needed to be left for around about 12 hours. There was a couple of stays where I put it on a little bit less, and we had to re-stretch them. So we feel personally that it needs to be at least 12 hours, and then it goes really, really hard, and it'll keep that stretch in it. Otherwise, it stretches exactly the same on the winch, but it won't keep it. It'll soften up again. We did buy pre-stretched Dyneema as well. It was heat stretched, so it was all pre-stretched, but to get the constructional stretch out of the splices on a winch, and it needs to be on there for a long time, I feel. And no, it hasn't slackened off yet. When it gets near the end of its life is when it'll start drastically snapping off again, and that's we'll know, but it's still very new and really, really good. So yeah, it was a really good learning experience. It was longer to put up than wire and a lot more fiddling around initially, but once it's all bedded in, then it's been great.
We've really enjoyed it. And then another common thing we get asked about the Dyneema rigging is chafing. Does it get chafed, or is that something that is happening to the Dyneema? And we are just mindful of especially on the bowsprit when we put like the bridle on and everything. We've got black tubing on the Dyneema on the bowsprit, so if one of the other ropes touches it, it's touching the black and it's not chafing against the Dyneema.
When we're on wind against tide or anything, our bridle does rest on the stays up there that are connected to our prodder, and so there it was showing signs of chafing. Definitely hasn't weakened at all, but if you look really closely, because it's my boat, I'll be able to show you exactly where there has been a little bit of wear, and since we put the black pipe on, it's been absolutely fine. The way this boat's set up, our head sail sheet to the cabin top, so they're nowhere near the stays. So nothing has been chafing. I've put the main on the stays for a couple of sails where it has been touching, and that hasn't chafed yet on inspections. But it is still all fairly new. To begin with, I babied it, I suppose. Before I started letting the main touch and stuff, I wouldn't let it touch, and now I'm getting more and more confident with it, and being, I guess, less respectful for it, and it hasn't shown any real wear so far. So it's been really, really good.
So yeah, we like the Dyneema. Yeah.
Love the Dyneema.
Next question. Is the performance difference... what is the performance difference you are noticing after all the refit work?
That's such a hard question to answer. It's huge, and a lot of people don't like it when I do this, but I actually reference what we do under engine. And the reason I do that is because it's consistent. I can say what revs we were doing before, what revs we're doing now, and what speed we're doing with no wind and tide. With sailing, it all depends on the angle, how much board I'm showing, what our VMG is, vessel made good. I can say that we're going a lot faster. I can say that it's a huge one, but really motoring is where I can say this is exactly what it was. Full noise, under motor, no wind and tide. It was below 8 knots. Now, full noise, no wind and tide, clean hull by the way, we can do 12 under the engines. We can just hit 12, 11.9, 12 knots.
So it's 5 knots difference.
So it's 5 knots difference under motor.
And one of the huge things about the refit is we can run under one engine, where before we couldn't really motor under one engine.
No, we wouldn't go anywhere. So now, yes, it's a lot more economical. So we can run under one engine and average over 6 knots with a clean hull, no wind and tide. Where before we couldn't even hit 6 knots. It'd be high fives, but full steam and revs, one engine. The engine loaded up. Now the engine's ticking over. It's a huge difference.
Yeah, she's really come into her own.
Yeah, she really has.
How are the folding props holding up? Any info or feedback would be greatly appreciated.
So the folding props are doing really good. The only thing that is a little bit difficult with them is if we set sail and we're going a little bit quick, they make a clunking noise when you put them in reverse to fold them. Otherwise they'll keep spinning. So what I like to do is I'll come head to wind, stall the boat out, and it does need to get, in my opinion, down to about 3 knots for them to fold nice and quiet when you put it in reverse. So you've got to bring the boat speed down to about 3 knots, then speed it up again. And sometimes on really windy days when you've got a lot on, that's a bit more tricky to slow the boat down than would be normal. So apart from that, and then there's just a small clunk when you do close them. They're doing really well. A lot of people were concerned about how we would perform in reverse, and I've found it to be good. I reverse park this thing anyway. It does take a little bit to get it moving, but just a few more revs and then all the powers and forwards anyway, which is what you need when you're parking if things aren't going to plan.
Yeah, they've been really good.
Yeah, really good.
Next question. Why are we not painting the rest of the hulls? Wouldn't it look much cleaner if you'd paint the alloy as well? So I guess this question is more or less for the sides of the boat. We are an unpainted aluminium boat. So like this is painted, but our sides are not. But we love the unpainted. It's less maintenance.
Way less maintenance. It's also really nice when you come to park alongside a jetty or anything like that. At the moment where we are, we've got boats very close to us up here in Darwin, and we would kiss the other boats in certain conditions. That's how close it is. So if we swing opposite, we're going to bump. But with an unpainted aluminium boat, it's wonderful because aluminium's strong. We've got nothing to worry about there, and with it being unpainted, there's no scars or anything like that if they do give us a kiss. So I love it being unpainted, not just for the maintenance, for the care and ease of parking, for so many reasons. Would it look better painted? Yes, they do look better painted.
There's one of the sister ships, and she's painted white, and she looks
amazing. Yeah,
she looks very good.
Yeah.
But we've looked into it, we thought about it a little bit, but no, ultimately, I wouldn't want to,
it's not worth the cost.
Yeah. No. So no, not getting her painted.
No.
What did you use to power the winch? So that question comes from one time when we probably put the main up and down, and we have a drill.
Yes, Ryobi drill. So when I looked at the power winches and all of that and the cost of them, I found that they're great devices, but I brought our drill for $150 something,
Yeah.
so considerably cheaper. It has 130 newton meters worth of torque, which is more than some of the power winches and less than some of the big ones. So I guess on the bottom end of mid-range for power winches, but it does us fine. And we could buy 7 of them or so for the price of a power winch. And then we went on
Amazon.com and we bought that the winch, the thing that goes into the top of the winch bit, and it was, I think it's 50 Australian dollars from Amazon, and that just goes into the drill, and then you just
put it in and away you go. And as we live in a wet environment, I felt a lot more comfortable, even though we've had that Ryobi over a year now and it's still working great. If it did cop a wave or get wet or anything like that, then we would just buy another one.
Yeah, it's been great.
Yeah, and they're coming out with better drills all the time with more torque. It's a nice brushless one, and yeah, it does really, really well.
Yeah. What type of cat is it you are sailing? Who designed your sail cat? Those are 2 different questions that we've gotten quite a few questions on what Emma actually is. So Emma is a aluminium catamaran. She's designed by a guy named Crowther, so she's considered a Crowther catamaran. And yeah, she's a 2005 aluminium Crowther catamaran.
So what happened was Locke was way ahead of his time, and he did the basic designs. He handed the baton on. So ours is it's a Mark 85, but it's a Mark 4. And what that means is, as far as we can tell, Locke did the original one, and then he also might have done Mark 1 and Mark 2, but Mark 3 and Mark 4 was done by his son. So the basis of it was Locke Crowther, but then a couple of the modifications and things that they did to make it more user-friendly. Locke was a purist, and so this is a cruising version of his. So we've got a lot bigger cabin, more living space inside than the average Crowther. And if we're being honest, we're probably a tad slower than some of the performance Crowthers that are out there.
But she's a mix between performance and cruising.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, a lot of people, you can tell Crowthers apart. Like when you come into a bay or something, Locke Crowther had a very signature bow flare, which we have. It's a very sexy bow flare, I think. But yeah, he's got a signature look, that Locke Crowther, the flare.
So a lot of the modern catamarans didn't bring on the flare. Mainly, there's a lot of different reasons. The constructional costs for doing it, and then the benefits you get. They felt that it wasn't quite necessary, and that's why a lot of people would think, if it was that great, why didn't they carry it on? One of the benefits that we like is a lot of catamarans, they bow steer. What that means is you got a very fine bow, you got the wind behind you, which is one of the better angles, or off to the side, your bum comes up, your bow comes down, and they bow steer. With a Crowther and the way the bows are, once you get her moving and she starts surfing, that bow is up out of the water and we don't really nosedive. So we've had some very big, heavy seas. You've probably seen on one of the videos we did over 20, or what? No, you got it. We were doing 19 or something.
I got it when we got hit in the 19 with just the screecher.
Okay, so we've done just over 20 knots in strong winds, and the whole bow comes up out of the water. We don't bow spear, and we've got no risk of, very little risk of nosediving. And because we've got a Crowther, we talk to a lot of Crowther owners, and they all say the same thing. So it's one of the benefits of that bow type.
Yeah, Locke Crowther.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was the east coast of Australia less or more expensive than we thought?
That's a very hard question to answer. When it comes to this place specifically, it all depends how you live.
Yeah.
This lifestyle and the way we want to live it is a lot more expensive than we first anticipated.
Yeah.
We've upped our budget 3 times, and by significant amounts, not just by a little bit each time. So our initial budget and what we thought we were going to spend was very, very ambitious.
Very ambitious.
So to give you an idea, from our initial budget to the budget now, we spend over 4 times as much.
Yeah.
So from what we thought we were going to spend, it is over by $300 over 4 times as much a month.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But the east coast of Australia, it's sort of like a cruiser's playground, that area. Absolutely love it. You're inside the reef system, Great Barrier Reef system, so you're in a well-protected area. There's a lot of towns going up and a lot of cities going up the coast, so you can be as cheap or as expensive as you want to be, really.
Yeah.
There's great anchorages. There's great public wharf, so you can get free water. You can go into the public wharf and fill up with water for free. A lot of them are like 2 hours, so like one of you can fill up with water, one of you can go to the grocery store for an hour and come back, and like you're still within your 2 hour free time frame on the public wharf. Or there's a lot of the two major grocery stores in Australia offer free like delivery after $250. So a lot of the times we'll just meet them at the public wharf and get groceries delivered straight on, because when you're reprovisioning for a month at a time, that's easy to hit the $250 mark. But really, the east coast of Australia, we love it, and it's really just up to you as a cruiser if you want to be going to marinas to fill up with water and get fueled and go out to eat, or if you want to just go into the free anchorage, tender into the public wharf and go to the grocery store. So you can make it what you want.
There's opportunity to live very cheaply. Our initial budget we could have lived on, but we decided it wasn't the way we wanted to live, and we wanted to eat a bit more than rice. So I grew up on a yacht and in this world, and I always remember a couple of times there, Mum would just buy like potatoes and stuff, and we would catch fish on the way, and she'd just have the stuff that would go with it, and we lived very, very cheaply. And I had that in mind when we first started cruising, and then we decided that we wanted to live a little bit differently to that, and that's why our budgets increased so drastically. But you could live very, very cheaply. Yeah.
But yeah, love the East Coast. It's a great place. A very common question we get is this question that we got is, how does Charlie go on the boat? We get that a lot. People asking us how Charlie goes.
She doesn't know any different. So, yeah, we're very lucky though. She goes very, very well.
So we moved on right at Charlie's first birthday. So she was 1 year old when we moved on board. So she literally doesn't know any better. And then talking to family recently, someone mentioned to her that like they would love to come visit her house. Like family just saying like, oh, we'd love to come visit you. And she just said to them, we don't have a house. We have a boat.
Yeah.
So she doesn't know any different.
No.
She walking around the boat, she walks sometimes better than I do. She just knows to hold on to places. She goes down the stairs great.
Mm-hmm. We're lucky she's at a helpful age too, where she turns the inverter on and off for us when we're cooking. She, and I suppose on the other side, the physiological side, she doesn't get seasick. So she can adapt quite well. She's not horribly sick in the corner, and not afraid of big seas or anything like that. Yeah,
and sailing wise, we have very strict rules for her.
Yeah,
that she knows that she has to abide by, because it's not just breaking a rule. That's something that can put her life into danger. So there are strict things that are in place when we sail, but other than that, she doesn't test those because it's just a hard boundary. And then otherwise she loves it. She loves you. If we said right now, let's go to the beach, she would be getting her life jacket on right now, and she'd be in the tender within like 10 seconds, being like, she loves going to the beach. She loves meeting other kids.
She's that little social butterfly.
Yeah. And one thing that's really great is noticed lately that she doesn't mind talking to adults. She loves talking to adults, which I think is really, really cool. This lifestyle has given her a really good opportunity to grow some really great skills. But how does Charlie go on the boat? Fantastic.
We're really lucky.
Any chance you might be getting a new crew member in under 9 months?
Not that I know of.
No, we're not getting a new crew member. We're not having we're not having a baby. No, we are. Charlie is our one and only, so there's no more kids after Charlie, so that is it. So no, we are not adding a crew member in under 9 months. So the last question is, how did Sam get into this line of work? And that question has come from a video of when Sam did a tour of an engine room on the workboat you did, and a bridge tour of the boat you worked on.
Right. Oh, and we did a video on me pushing barges and Lewis Sundays doing barges.
You did barges
Okay, yeah, all right. So essentially, it's quite funny. I grew up on a yacht for a large segment of my childhood, and then my father, I come from a fishing family. And being a typical kid, when I grew up, I didn't want to be anything like my family, so I didn't want to go fishing. But I left home at 17 and I got into a bit of debt. I was doing an apprenticeship for French polishing, which is a trade of stone and lacquering timbers. And I got a car and spent a lot of money. And I knew that if I went fishing, I could earn fairly good money and get out of debt again. And so at 18, I went fishing, and that was going to be it, and it wasn't. And I've been in the marine industry ever since. Yeah. So actually, I think I was younger.
You went pond trolling out of Tin Can.
Yeah, I must have been 17 because, your first ticket you can get when you're 18, and it was the day after my 18th birthday is when I went and did my oral exams for a thing called the Coxswain, which is your first commercial ticket in Australia.
Yeah.
So, and I've never looked back. The industry has been great to me. It's offered a lot. I've been lucky enough to work in a lot of different sectors, from tourism to the commercial side and shipping to the to oil and gas, to super yachts overseas, to even repairs and maintenance. It's been a really good career. I'm very grateful that I managed to fall into it, and it was life-changing for me.
You've done a lot of marine.
Yeah, it's a hard question to answer. Sorry, guys. Yeah.
But Sam's profession is in the marine world.
Yeah. So in the marine world, and it has been ever since a young age.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, you're very knowledgeable.
Okay, thank you.
And then that's it for the questions. Yeah.
If you have any more questions, though, guys, please put them in the comments below. If you think that we haven't answered them correctly, apart from the first one, what we're doing next, please put them in the comments below. And as soon as we can tell you what we are doing next, we 100% will.
Yeah.
We're very, very excited, and I think a lot of you guys will be too.
Yeah, but we do have some really exciting things coming up, so stay tuned over the next couple of weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the next couple of Saturdays, there's videos. We have videos coming out. We are not leaving YouTube.
Nope.
So keep that ring bell. Keep us on your subscribed list.
Okay. Yeah.
And yes, like Sam said, if you have any other questions, pop them below.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much it. So,
Thanks for watching,
Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it.
See ya.
See ya.